When did you know that you were gay?
About 2004, so when I was about 15.
I think I've always known. Like, when I was little, I was really tomboyish. I think, like, when you first realize that you like have crushes on people, I liked girls, but I also liked guys. But I think I've always known.
I've been gay for a majority of my life, but I didn't actually come out till this past May. I didn't know that I was gay. I kind of knew deep down, but I never wanted to admit it. But
I figured out as a lesbian when I was about 10, 9 or 10. It was one of those epiphany moments like, hey, I don't like boys, I like girls. Oh shit.
I think I realized it when I was about 15 or 16, somewhere around there, just starting high school. I realized that I'm more attracted to guys than I was girls, and it just kind of escalated from there.
I actually first realized that I was bisexual at the age of 16 when I first moved back from Colorado back to Minnesota. My friend actually called me and told me that she was in love with me more than a friend. So that got me thinking, and I realized that I was bisexual.
About 9th or 10th grade is when I came to a rationalization and sort of acceptance of it. But thinking back, obviously, I probably knew before that. I just didn't know.
Started figuring it out between 6th and 7th grade. I dated a girl, didn't really feel anything. I figured I was bi up until about 10th grade, and I realized that I was 100% gay.
When I was about 17, 18, but I had been thinking maybe I'm gay or something since I was about 12, so.
I think I realized that I was gay at the end of 5th grade. I went on a camping trip with my best friend. Started to realize that I thought he was cute and I kind of got a crush on him. Less than a year later, I came to terms with being gay, and it was hard, but I did.
I figured it out at a really young age, but I also figured out that it was not acceptable, so I put on a really big face that I was boy crazy and had a boyfriend when I was like 6, and just kind of emphasized the fact that I liked boys.
Really about 3 years ago I started to really challenge my thinking. I think everybody else knew for a long time before I did.
I first began to have suspicions that I was attracted to women when I was a freshman in high school, but those feelings I repressed until I was a junior.
14 at the time. I started to question my sexuality around that time, and then came out when I was about 16.
First realized that I was attracted to women probably in about November of 2010. Ex-boyfriend had broken up with me, and I'm like, no, these girls are kind of hot. So I actually realized it then.
I was 13 in 7th grade in high school. I really accepted it. It was when I was 16.
I was probably 8 or 9 when I first realized I was attracted to men. But I didn't label it until I was about 16, 17.
I guess I've always known that I was different, but I didn't even know what gay was till like middle school, and realized that I was definitely bi.
Often they struggle with the potential negative feelings that others have about who they are or how they live their life. A lot of them are afraid to be themselves and to express who they are.
Was there a time in school that you felt ostracized or bullied?
Definitely middle school.
Struggled with depression, so I was going in and out of treatment for that, but...
Throughout school, I was bullied.
I can't accept you because you're a sinful person, sort of thing. I was terrified. I didn't know how people were going to react. And I spent 2 years in the closet for the most horrific, terrifying years of my life. I was really depressed those 2 years. I spent a lot of time cutting.
Visiting another one of her friends who was openly gay, and I kind of got peer pressured into admitting that I was.
It took an emotional toll. In 8th grade, I had started getting night terrors. But that didn't stop.
first roommate in the dorms my freshman year of college moved out on the closet for quite a while.
Are you afraid of what your reaction is going to be? Worst case scenarios are still going through your mind.
Yeah, I got called a dyke a lot, and are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? And I think
approached by one of my classmates, and he said, "Is it true? Are you a faggot?"
I got around the whole school.
A gay friend, and he was constantly picked out for being gay.
He still thinks it's just a phase, but
my culture doesn't accept the LGBT community. In high school, I was pushed around. People call me sissy.
Didn't think that my family would be alright with it.
How did your family or friends react?
Very positive. They felt that it didn't change me. I was still who I was. It was just a different part of me. I spent how many hours of labor on you. I'm just gonna love you no matter what.
I told my best friend first, and he was really cool with it.
Friends and family, actually no one has reacted poorly to it. They've all accepted it, and they actually think it's great because they've noticed how happy I am.
And I came out to my friends first. And a lot of them were more of, yeah, we knew. And that was okay.
Downstairs, and she's like, "What's wrong?" She noticed I had really watery eyes, stuffy nose. "I have something I need to tell you, and it's really important." Went nonchalantly. She's like, "No, yeah, I kind of knew." Just went about her business.
Friends were completely supportive, especially in high school. I had very many friends disappear on me. Even a couple of them came out to me as well.
Most of my friends have been fairly accepting of it. The person in my family I've told is my twin sister, and she took it fine now. I don't think she's completely comfortable with it, but she accepts it.
Became Facebook official December 23rd or something.
I remember that.
Yeah, one of the life-changing moments in your life. I mean, coming out is a big part of who you are. So
my grandma was like, "I've been wondering for a while now." Parents kind of freaked out initially, and then after that, they were really cool. Always asking about my partner at the time and inviting them to family Christmas and Thanksgiving. They're pretty cool about it.
Not long after, though, my parents found out. I remember coming home from school when I was 14. He talked to me, and he was calm but concerned, and we had that conversation. Luckily for me, my parents came around in the next few months, and they became very supportive of me. Eventually, I had an uncle come out as being gay, so I had that other support network in my family.
Best friend basically told me, it's okay to be who you are. I actually just recently came out to my parents. He just wants me to be happy and to love somebody and be loved back.
Most of my friends back home are pretty okay with it, but my friends here at St. Cloud State are amazing.
My friends took it very well. I've gotten a lot of support from my friends.
Everyone except my dad was basically okay with it. It's kind of a down, but I was kind of expecting it going into it, so they all said that's cool. They didn't really care, so.
Yeah. And she was in the gay community, introduced me to some of the friends that she had in the center, and I started coming around. My friends, like my roommates from last year, took it really well. My family members are taking it pretty well because I guess they're not surprised. My mother was not shocked at all, and she's very okay with it. She actually loves my current girlfriend Samantha and includes her in everything.
For me, I don't know, I guess I would say I'm one of the more lucky ones. My friends were really supportive, and my sisters and brothers, they told me they would accept me for who I was.
Have been very supportive.
Listening in on the conversation, and she was saying how her dreams were over, and I was thinking at the time, well, wait, what about my dreams?
They told me, I don't care who you love, just make sure it's a good person for you. I don't care if it's a girl or a boy, whatever makes you happy.
Accepted me for who I was. And
a lot of friends that are LGBT now. Before, I didn't really have anyone in my life.
Once you live your life, you want to love those who matter, and you want to laugh every day. Then once I came out, everything pretty much changed. I have more friends, I have more self-worth, and I am the happiest I've ever been in my entire life.
My first experience of when I realized that I was an ally was when a family friend of ours came out that he was gay, and he was married and had 3 kids, even marry a woman if he didn't like women. And I was kind of on the other side saying that we should be proud of him for actually coming out and being who he is. And
I had never really been around anyone that was openly gay. I met one of my very, very good friends,
When I met him, he was just getting used to being openly gay and learning about his sexuality.
College campuses that there's always someone that's going to be there for them or have anything that they need to talk about or come and give information to. We have zero tolerance for hate and hatred, especially on this campus.
Bullying doesn't solve anything. It doesn't get you anywhere, it doesn't put you any higher. So stop the hate and stop the violence. And if you're a victim of bullying, suicide is never the option. For every person that you find a reason that you should commit suicide, I can guarantee you there's twice as many people that love you.
I know it's tough and you may think that suicide is the only way out and that no one will notice when you're gone. But I can tell you that's not true.
I really want to encourage our LGBT community to take up the challenge of being themselves, to encourage others to understand them, and to know that it gets better.
I'm really excited about the It Gets Better project, and I'm just really thrilled that Residence Life and the student group, the Social Justice and Diversity Committee is doing this project because it is so important. We really know that this initiative is really key to student success and students finding a community at St. Cloud State where they feel safe and supported, and certainly with the LGBT community especially.
Just remember, there's 365 days in the year and today's just one of them. It always can get better.
It gets better.
Trust me, it gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better. It gets better.
It gets better.
良くなってる。頑張
It gets better. It gets better.
Las cosas se ponen.
It gets better. It gets better.
Pinta càng hổ gắt.
It gets better.
잘 될 거야.
Segala akan menjadi.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.